Today, I am particularly excited about my sponsor, June's Journey. This is a game that I've been playing for a while. You all know that I suffer from insomnia, so my nights are incredibly long and my days are very hectic. So this game is very engaging while being soothing because it's so beautifully crafted. It's set in the 1920s. It's about the journey of June Parker, whose sister was murdered, and she sets to find out who done it. And so it's a murder mystery. But at the same time, you get to decorate your surroundings, your mansion. Yes, guys, you get a mansion. A mansion, your garden, your island. And there's all these hidden objects throughout the game. And the more you find, the more it leads to another mystery. As I said, it keeps you engaged, but it's so soothing because it's so beautifully made. So yes, all you have to do is click on the link below or scan the QR code on the screen, and it's available on Android, iOS. If you want to download it on your laptop, you can get it through Facebook or Amazon, and it's for free. It's on the link below. It's beautiful. So I want to thank June's Journeys because thanks to them, my nights are not that long and my days are not that hectic because I do get a nice break. Thank you, June's Journey. Therapists in California are mandated to report known or suspected instances of child abuse or neglect, as defined in the Child Abuse and Neglect Reporting Act, CANRA. Therapists in California are mandated to report known or suspected instances of child abuse or neglect as defined in the Child Abuse and Neglect Reporting Act, CANRA. Let's get into this video, and this is a very important video. I would like to thank the Royal Grift for having directed me to watch Daily Empress 5. I will leave the link below for you to watch the video because this is an incredibly important topic. We all have to be investigators here. We all have to be, find the clues. We all have to discover things because clearly the press is not doing. It's down to YouTubers. And thank you, Daily Empress 5, for having brought this up to all of us, because this is incredibly, as I said, incredibly important. And this, what's the sad part of it all? That this article was published on September 19th, 2023 by the dailywire.com. But Harry and Meghan were busy, and the entire press were busy putting other stuff around, not showing it, not talking about it, when this is actually quite a serious thing because it involves SA of children. It involves a therapist who looks after children when they come to her and the most vulnerable, looking for guidance, looking for protection, looking to keep them safe. And what does? She tells them to shut up, put up, and get on with it. And not only that, urges them not to report these abusers to the police. And the reason at the beginning why I did that clip, that it's mandatory in California for a therapist to report any crimes of abuse against children, is because you can write to the U.S. Police Department, to anybody, go to the police and report this woman and ask why she hasn't been investigated. Because as we're going to read right now, you'll see that she never reported anybody. And on top of that is paying very vulnerable teenagers $10 for them to be quiet. Just like when Meghan Markle gagged children in Harlem not to say anything. So this is not an accident. This is not Harry and Meghan didn't know about it. They do the research, and Meghan, maybe not that idiot Harry, but Meghan for sure, after the description I gave you, looks for targets, vulnerable targets, just like she looked for the Harlem School 123 to silence those children, to tell those very young children, don't tell your parents, you're being filmed. I'm going to give you a gag order that prohibits you to say anything negative for life about me or my presence or what I'm doing. What does that sound to you like? This is the very same school that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle visited in the local Santa Barbara youth group. It's called AHA, and is publicly funded by the taxpayers of the United States. So beautiful people, you have a huge say on. Please, if you like this video, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. And always for supporting my channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. You all know, very beautiful people, that I'm a stickler for giving you definitions and doing things so we understand better what we're talking about. This is what the definition of a psychological predator is, or a predator, period. Although they hide behind charming and deceptive facades, emotional predators always ruthlessly use others to get what they want. At their core, what they want is power, to feel dominant, winning, and in control. And they use a variety of tactics to gratify their drive for power. To protect yourself and your loved ones, you should instantly recognize the most common emotional predator traits. They claim to be the victim, usually of the person they are in fact victimizing. They fake sincerity and make emotional displays to influence, intimidate, charm, disarm, or seduce others. They pretend to be ignorant. They pretend to be innocent and ignorant. They trap others in no-win binds where the other person is damned if they do and damned if they don't. They provoke others to act out of character through passive aggression and projective identification. They isolate and gaslight their targets, eliciting in their targets unmerited guilt and doubt about their own sanity. They create havoc, confusion, and chaos, and disrupt other people's natural rhythms. They ignore rules when that suits them, but expect others to follow rules when that suits them. They will say and do anything to get what they want, reversing themselves later if they think that serves them. They are consummate hypocrites, and they relentlessly manage to their public image, often by omitting relevant facts, lying by omission. An emotional predator hide, deceive, and avoid. They conceal their true nature and objectives, presenting a false image. Often, very convincingly, they can be safely relied upon. They misdirect your attention away from what's really important with words and deeds that rarely reflect the full truth. They lie by assertion and omission, for amusement and gain, or simply out of habit. They shift the topic when you try to talk about anything they don't want to address. They avoid giving direct answers to simple questions or requests and offer excuse and justifications rather than change. Often, there's more accurate information in what an emotional predator does not say than what he or she does say. This story was written by Luke Rosiak. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Please go to his Twitter account or X account if you have one and report them, repost this, send this to the authorities in California because, yes. And here he goes. A leading practitioner of social emotional learning in schools forfeited her therapy license after a real Daily Wire investigation showed evidence she covered up SA of teens in violation of her mandatory reporting duties as a therapist. And here you have her, right? Now, whenever I click on this, you will get the whole article, which you can read. Okay, so I'll read it for you, which is, but already, as I said, go to Daily Empress 5 and she will read the whole thing for you. I'll just give you a little bit of the gist of it. A prominent leader in the field of social emotional learning in K-12 schools surrendered her therapist license days after an investigation by the Daily Wire found she may have repeatedly violated her duty to report child abuse. She learned of during her discussions with young teens about sex. And then they go on to report that. Oops, sorry about that. And I retire my MFT marriage and family therapist license after being a licensed therapist for 42 years, Freed wrote. I no longer identify with being an MFT therapist. No, you no longer identify because you were ousted by Daily Wire. You terrible, terrible criminal of a woman. And these are all my thoughts and opinions because it's a criminal act for a therapist that it's mandated to report these things. I mean, Freed is the founder of AHA Santa Barbara, which is paid by public schools to conduct talk circles with children while also running after-school programs where Freed talks with them about topics like their pubic hair and grooming habits. Okay? Evidence suggests that Freed, who was ushered into schools based on her credentials as a psychologist but markets herself as an astrologist and sex guru, repeatedly failed. And I like Daily Empress 5. Repeatedly failed to disclosure cases of rape and is accused by one woman of pressuring her not to press charges against the teacher who harassed her. This is reported on August 24th. Audrey Nafziger, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, a career sex crimes prosecutor in Southern California, said the license forfeiture could be designed to allow her to continue to pressure teens into sexual conversation with fewer legal requirements for reporting abuse. Freed's SEL group is still running programs on public school campuses and is now paying students $10 to come to them. That is rooming with a G at the beginning. I can't say it because of the algorithm in YouTube. Okay? Now that she's surrendered it, she's now likely not subject to any hearing from the California Board of Behavioral Sciences. Okay? Now, what's important here is that doesn't matter. There is the law that I showed you at the very beginning that told this woman, this is what you must do or it's a crime. She didn't do it, and apparently repeatedly. You don't surrender a license like that without any good thing. In my very humble opinion, digging a little bit, it would be if we all put our investigating hats, our thinking hats, our reasoning hats. She was probably given the choice of giving it up or being taken away. I don't know why California is doing this because clearly California has lost every moral compass there is. By the way, this lady, let's be fair, she also is promoted by Gwyneth Paltrow heavily. Okay? And for all of those of you, please, write in the United States, that you're in the United States, write, if you're in California, write to the police station, go to a police station and ask for this lady to be investigated because this is mandatory. And this is this is a crime of public order. I don't know if I'm saying it. When this is something like this has to be investigated. So these type of people are being given the choice to retire without any consequences. Remember the sound of freedom? Yeah. I mean, it sickens me. Guys, it really sickens me. Freed used social media to lure participants into her sessions, posting a picture of a childlike drawing along with a prompt inviting children to an all genders connect group. Do you know a teenager of 14, 19 who wants to discuss deep topics around sexuality and relationship, Freed wrote? The move could also allow her to function with impunity moving forward. Thank you, Mr. Luke Rosiak. I mean, go to his ex post because she goes on, this lady, this Jennifer Freed, and says, choosing to leave is more powerful than needed to leave or being pushed out, Jennifer Freed wrote. But her group, AHA, it's still seeking kids to talk about sex with adults and paying kids $10 to attend its groups. Beautiful people, the anger. I'm going to get emotional. Apologies if my are a little bit shiny. I was just so angry and upset because these children come to these kind of predators who use a license as a mental healer. They come at their most vulnerable, seeking help, seeking support. And what do they get instead? They get shut down, they get silenced, they get gagged. They are made to feel even more insecure, like they are doing something wrong. I was told, and I said, you know my situation a little bit, and God knows I haven't told you all the details. But I remember going once into the police station when things were happening to me. And I remember this lady telling me, why are you doing this? This is beneath you. Why are you reporting this? This shouldn't be reported. Keep it at home. To all of you beautiful people in California, go to, right now, I already showed you at the very beginning of this video, you are all investigators. You guys have the power. You are all investigators, just like the game, you know, with the June's Journey. Let's all go and investigate, find out what's going on. We can't leave this unreported. We cannot allow this woman to continue doing this to our youth. Doesn't matter if the youth is in the US. The youth, to me, our youth is worldwide. It has no boundaries. These are very vulnerable kids who are blinded. And this is why they got Meghan Markle and Harry, because it was right around the time when this woman was being investigated. Because this has been an ongoing investigation for quite some time. This is how Meghan chooses people. This is how Meghan abused her father. This is how, I mean, and people, don't come into my thing because I will block you. I swear to you, I will block you. If you come and say, oh, they didn't know. They have staff. They investigate. Just like I get a lot of comments, oh, they didn't know what they were saying in the Oprah interview. Yes, they did. They choose specific targets. Their prey is very weak. The kids in Harlem, 1 to 3 schools, when they gagged, fifth graders and younger, they wanted to slap a gag order to a 7, 8-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid, forever not to say anything. Remember when I said they isolate their victims. The silence is their best ally. We cannot be silent with this. What Meghan did to her sister Samantha, claiming, remember how she rewrites the narrative, because according to Meghan Markle, she was poor, she was homeless, she's an only child, she doesn't know those people. Well, in my thumbnail, you can see that Samantha was there. Look at the chaos she has brought into Samantha Markle's life, her father's life, and the predator she has aligned herself with. Because everything is calculated in this woman. She aligned herself with AHA. She knew who she was about. There is absolutely no way that she didn't know. Just like she sought out Harlem school, which 1 to 3 school, because those schools are very poor and they were in desperate need. So she was exploiting their weakness, which is that they're poor. These kids that come to this AHA place, they're going there hoping somebody will help them, and instead they get screwed over. The Invictus Games Foundation, where there's vulnerable veterans who probably are still struggling with mental health issues, aside the physical issues. So she inserts herself, she lies. I have no family, I have no this. They sue everybody, they threaten and intimidate everybody into silence. Healthy debate, it's no longer allowed. Harry calling the First Amendment bonkers. Censorship is promoted. Hatred is promoted. They create division among the mixed community by planting some YouTubers who like to create division among us instead of being supportive of each other. They are a very cohesive unit, those kind of predators. So please protect your youth. Please go to the police today. Please report this woman, because just because she gave up her license, it doesn't mean that what she did while she had her license is no longer valid. And those type of crimes, they don't have an expiration date when it involves children or anybody under the age of 18 years of age. So this is a call to action. Meghan Markle, you have a sister. You have a father. You're not grieving anybody because your father is very much alive in Rosarito. Your brother is there with him, taking care of him after the 2 heart attacks and the stroke you caused him due to the stress. Samantha, a very disabled woman, wonderful woman with a master's, who did all of it by herself, beautiful, eloquent, compassionate, caring, smart, everything that you are not. You shouldn't be called Meghan Markle. You should be called Meghan Raglan. And you have that idiot of a prince, because you know what? After reading what an emotional predator is, I'm not excusing Harry by any stretch of the imagination. Please, no. You don't get off that easily, buddy. But clearly Harry's an idiot. Clearly Harry's an idiot. And Meghan is not that smart, because we can all see what's happening. And the only reason why she's getting away is because she's married to that idiot whose family is still protecting him. So no, Meghan, you are not grieving anybody. You did not grow up poor. We're not like homeless. You were not raised by your mother. You were raised by your father, a wonderful man whose only crime was to provide wealth for you while your mother was doing God knows what. And then you caused emotional harm, blackmail, everything that somebody should not. And you go out in the world with impunity, hiding behind the platform of the royal family, the untouchable. Well, let's see how long that lasts. So good people who are out there, you don't even have to be in California. You can call from anywhere in the United States and report this. I will be sending an email to the police. I will be contacting my cousin in California and see where it takes me. And I will keep you updated. Thank you again for Empress 5. I will leave the link at the bottom in the video description. In the video description, I will leave the link. This is very important for you to go watch. I will leave also, and I want to thank the Royal Grift for bringing this to my attention, because this one hits home. And again, thanks for always watching.